Hi there, I'm Charlene Hall, your East Texas Realtor, and thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you haven't been here before, just tell you a little bit about it. I am a real estate agent that is active in East Texas. I'm full-time, so you can expect some just information about some properties I have listed in the past or current, drone videos, that sort of thing. But more importantly, what I like to also add to this channel, I want it to be helpful to you. So I like to do little educational videos, little nuggets of information, I guess, if you will. So if I come across something in just my everyday business of real estate and I think, oh my gosh, you know what, a seller would probably need to know this. Maybe not everybody knows this. So I'll try to do a video on that, and same thing for a buyer. Just anything that kind of pops in my head, I'll try to do a little short video on it just to kind of give you some information about it, and I hope that it helps you in your real estate needs. So if you will just stay tuned for just a couple of seconds, we'll be right back, and this time I'm going to talk about surveys. So come right back and see me. Thanks. All right, well, thanks for coming back. So let's just jump right into what is a survey. A survey is a boundary lines pretty much of your property. It's going to give the far north, south, east, and west boundaries of the property that you own that you're listing for sale. So usually it's like a diagram drawn out. It'll have your house on it. If you have a pool, it'll have that, fences, storage building, that sort of thing. You're also going to have some field notes with it, and a seal that'll be on that main drawing, which is pretty important. It'll have your date, legal description, that sort of thing. A lot of times it's kind of on a blue, larger piece of paper, but doesn't always have to be. It can be a copy. So why those are important. If you are toying with the idea of listing your home, you're kind of trying to get your ducks in a row before you actually just jump into there. Maybe you don't have an agent right now, but you will have because you'll need one. But you're just kind of trying to think of some things. Well, I would always advise, if you have a survey, go ahead and try to put your hands on it if you're selling a home. Go back to your paperwork of when you purchased the home, and it's probably in there because most title companies will give you a copy, and 2 or 3 different copies actually, when you go to purchase. So go back to that, look for it, see if you have it, and then have it ready for that agent. If you do not have it, you can go to the title company and put a phone call in, an email to the title company where you closed, even if it was 10, 12, 15 years ago. And chances are they're going to have that still on file and can email you a copy, or you can run by and pick it up. So the reason why I think it's important when you're listing a home or selling your home is when the buyers get there, it's more information. And I think the more information you can give about your property or your home, the better, for one. So when they get there, they're going to be able to visualize and see. They can look at that survey and tell property lines, and there's no question, there's no confusion. Right off the bat, they know. And it's just a little more informative when they actually bring an offer to you. So things will run so much smoother. But let's say that you do not have a survey, you didn't have a survey when you purchased, and you're getting ready to sell, and do you get a survey ahead of time? You can, and that would be great, but you don't have to. Let's say that a buyer comes and looks at your home and they decide to put in an offer. There is an option on that contract. There's an option for you as the seller to purchase the survey, or the buyer. And just a little thing that I've learned not too long ago is that if that buyer is actually financing their home through FHA or VA and even some conventionals, it's definitely going to be required to have a survey. Title company is going to require it, lender is going to require it. But the buyer is not going to, and the lender is looking out for the buyer. They're not going to want them to purchase a survey right off the bat. They're going to wait until that appraisal is done and they're committed and everything's locked in and it looks like it's moving forward before they're going to spend money on a survey. Appraisals take, right now, actually they're taking about 3 weeks to get done. So once that 3 weeks goes by and you're kind of hoping to close within 4 to 6 weeks, that kind of puts you in a time crunch. So they called the surveyor, and hey, the surveyor may be booked out for 2 to 3 weeks as well. So that delays it even more, because here's the thing, the buyer's not going to want to purchase that if they're not going to own the property. Say something goes wrong in the appraisal or they're financing, and then they're stuck with this survey of a property that they don't even own, and that's kind of why they do that. That's kind of why the lenders don't order those surveys until everything is set in stone. It's why it takes a little bit longer. So if you're selling a home and you don't want it to take a while, you kind of want to stay on a timeline, and you're moving into another home, or you've got your plans for your future, one of the things that kind of may make it go a little bit quicker is if you agree to go ahead and purchase a survey for your buyer. Now you can negotiate this, and you can, up the sales price a little bit. Let's say, the price of a survey is going to be maybe $700, depending on where you are, depending on how big your property is, maybe $800, maybe a whole lot more if you've got some land. But you can maybe say, hey, look, if you up it just a little bit, you'll take care of that survey. And what happens with that is that means that you get to go ahead and order that survey right off the bat. It comes in, it's done, it's ready for closing. And if those buyers it's not seen through and they end up backing out, or anything happens, you have the survey for your next buyer who comes in. So you're not really losing anything because you're still going to have it for them. Whereas a buyer is not going to really want a survey on a property that they're not going to own. So it just kind of helps things. Not only does it give it more information for your buyer when you're selling your home, but it makes things go a lot smoother. So just something to kind of keep in mind. Like again, of course, it can be all negotiated out, and I'm sure your realtor would tell you all this too, but it is just one of those things that can make the process go a little smoother. So I hope I've helped you, give you a little bit of information that maybe you didn't know about before. And I hope if I did that you will like and you'll subscribe. So if I come up with another little idea of information or another video, that it'll let you know. But also, if you have any questions about what I just said, please make comments below, and I'll be sure to answer them as best I can, whether it's regarding surveys or whether it's regarding just something else. Maybe you'd like to see a different video based on a different subject, or just anything you just happen to have a question of. I'll do my very best to answer that for you down below. So like I said, give me the thumbs up and like, please, and subscribe. And I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to my video, and I hope that I've been helpful. Thank you so very much, and have a good rest of your day. This is Charlene Hall, your East Texas Realtor.